Well, welcome to Barb's Craft Room. I have this idea a few years ago, and I put it together. It's a mail file folder for mail that you send out, and I used it for quite a few years. And now I'd like to create a new one because the one I have is falling apart. And here's my folder that's falling apart. So I thought of this idea, and I thought, well, I could just bring you along and we could do it together. All right, so here I go. I have some papers from Stampin' Up. I think this is old paper, but it's Dainty Flowers. So you can choose whatever papers you have. And I have a file folder. What I'm going to try to do here is in my file folder, I have stamps for regular mail. I have the additional 15-cent stamp for extra ounce. I have international stamps, and I have 70 cents. And I have receipts from the post office. And I have labels. And I have, what else is in here? Return labels. Anyway, what I'm going to create today is kind of like a, I don't know, I'm just going to call it a notebook. First thing I want to do is reinforce the spine. And I'm doing this because my last folder broke at the spine from all the opening and closing. And I don't know how long I had it, but I'm going to say I've had it for at least 2 years, maybe longer, I don't know. It's one way I could find postage stamps when I needed them. Anyway, I'm going to put this Tyvek tape down the center of my folder, and it's all wrinkled, so I'm going to have to fix that a little. I don't like wrinkled Tyvek tape. And then I'm just going to go over the back of it so that I have Tyvek tape down the whole entire center. It's just reinforcing. It looks like it's crooked. Oh, and since it's crooked, I think I will cut it. I didn't really want to cut it. Maybe I'll just turn it a little. There we go. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So now it's reinforced, basically. So in my mind, I want to have on this side, which is my right-hand side, I want to have some pockets, and the paper that I have is 12 by 12, but I'm just thinking out loud. So this file folder is 11 3/4 inches. So I'm going to have 11 3/4 inches. I kind of like this blue. I'm not sure if I'll have enough full sizes, but what I want to do with this, I'm going to cut it at 11 3/4. That's what I'm going to do. So that's cut off 1/4 inch. Okay. Then the width of it, I'm going to add an extra inch. So the width of it, I'm stopping here at this and not here at the, whatever you call it, a tab. I'm going to stop here. And that's at 9 inches. Well, it's 9 inches. So I'm actually going to cut this at 10 inches. Which way did I cut it? That one's 12. So I'm going to go back to 10 inches. Now it should be 10 inches by 11 3/4. I'm going to score it on the 10-inch side at 1/2 inch on both ends. I'll score it there. The complete opposite end. I'm going to score it again. And then on the bottom, one of these short ends, I'm going to score it also at 1/2 inch. Did I score that at 1/2 inch? I did. Okay. So what I'm creating here is a pocket. And I'm going to fold them over. And fold it over. I don't have to do it like this, but I think it depends on how much paper you want to put inside. It's probably wise. Okay, so I can either choose, I think this is what I'll do. I'll cut the short corner like that, and I'll cut the short corner like this. I'm going to fold those in, and then I'm going to fold these in like that. I think I'm going to cut it off. That's what I'm going to do. It'd probably be better just to cut it off. Then you get rid of some of the bulk. So cut that off on each end where it's scored, you cut the corner off. And if you want to make sure that no end sticks out, you miter it just a little. That means at an angle, cut it just a little bit at an angle, so that when you fold it up, it doesn't stick out. What I'm going to do is flip it over and glue it down onto here. But before I do that, I want a thumb notch at the top. I'm trying to go in the middle as best as possible. And a thumb notch. And before I actually glue it down, I believe I am going to check it out. And apparently I measured it incorrectly. So this side is a little too long. Is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. It just sticks out on that edge. Okay. Then this is where I'm going to put my labels. I think it would be really pretty if it had a background, at least at the top. I can't really do that because the flowers are crooked. But I can do this. So that's what, well, actually, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to use this one as the next pocket. So I'm going to have another pocket here. That's what I'm going to do. And this pocket will contain maybe something. I have all this beautiful paper. My goodness, I love this paper. Maybe I should put it on there. Perhaps it'll get just a strip. Okay, so it's my brain thinking here. Just thinking and thinking. What would I like to do here? I need it strong. Okay, I'm going to glue it down, but I'm going to use two-sided tape. I think two-sided tape will be strong enough for what I want it to do. And on top of my two-sided tape, I'm also going to put art glitter glue. I still think I need to put something there. I probably do. And if I don't do it, I'm going to have a mess. So and I can see right here that my paper also needed to be angled on this end because it's curling up. So I'm going to angle that as well. And I was short some two-sided tape, so I'm going to add a little bit from this roll. Okay. I do believe I'm going to use this, but I'm only going to cut off maybe 2 inches. So a 2-inch cut. I think I like the blue, so I'm going to keep a 2-inch cut. And I'm going to put it here on this. So this one will be done with glue. And I'm going to glue all of it because it's just a background. There's no purpose but to cover the file folder. And that would be it. So, there we go. And then I'm going to put this here, like that. Oh, see? That's cute. But I want to make sure I do it in the right spot. So the first side I'm going to remove just part of that and fold it down. And then part of this and fold it down. And I got to remove all of that one. These have to be under. All right. So you have a pocket. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. create the pocket here by removing the tape. Now I'm just going to remove the tape. All right. Going to line this up at the bottom and not all the way in the crease because I want to make sure it closes. So that is how you do that. Okay, then this will be lined up here, and then this will be lined up here, and you pull, and there you go. And now I have a pocket. See the pocket? And in this pocket, I'm going to put my return labels. It's a little puffy, so perhaps I didn't go far enough. That's what it looks like. But it'll work if I have to fold it a little. Maybe it goes folded back this way. There we go. There. There we go. Okay. Return labels. Then I'm going to need a pocket. I think I'm going to use this one. Oh, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Okay, so the flowers are pointing up. I'm also going to put, I'm going to do the half and score. Can you see? You can't really see me. So I'm going to put it on the half mark and score. On the bottom half mark and score. And on the other side, half mark and score. Then when I do that, like we did the other one, cut these corners at an angle and at an angle. So it looks like that. Get a much better fold, I believe. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use regular glue. I'm not using the tape. Fold that over and fold that over. So now I have my pocket. On my pocket, I'm going to need the thumb notch. I want to make sure it's on the same spot. So the same spot in the middle would be about there. This is the middle. So that's how I do it. I just eyeball it and hope for the best. Of course you do. Nothing has to be perfect, especially not this. It's just for my mail, like a mail folder, you know, postage folder, whatever you want to call it. Mail for mailing, to send letters. Can't have glue there, Barb. You have glue there and everything's going to stick in there. Okay, line up the center pocket and almost down to the bottom, but not quite. There, now I have a pocket. Maybe I'll put my receipts in here. Not quite sure yet. So, the next thing I would like to do, I believe, is I'd like to cover this side. And this side might be a little bit different, being that the file folders are awkward. They're different on each side. So what I'm going to do is measure this side And I'm not going to measure the tab again. So I'm going to do it at about 8 1/8. So let's see what I've got here. 8 1/8. I know you can't see me, but I'm cutting at 8 1/8. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut it at 9. No, it wasn't 9. It was 11. 11 3/4 is probably too long. So 11 and I don't know. We'll see. Probably too long. No, I did it. Okay, and I'm just going to glue this down. Fits over there. And I'll show you what I'm going to do to the rest of it. So glue this puppy all the way to the edge as good as possible. And all the way. I know you could use two-sided paper that's tape. So I don't have any. That's easier probably to use than this, but I don't have any. So I'm going to use what I got. That's how I do it. I use what I got. There we go. And this now needs a trim so it matches. There we go. That is that. Now on this side of my folder, I could add a strip. Let's see, how wide is that strip? I could put that strip there. That's what I'm going to do, just to decorate it. Just so it kind of is cohesive to the other side. Oops. Gotta make it the same. And then I'm going to trim the edge so it matches the file folder. There we go. Now, you know, you can do the same thing for ephemera. You can make an ephemera folder or something you could put your papers, you know, for your junk journal or maybe for cards or whatever. So on this side, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to get a measuring stick. And I'm going to put some pockets over here. And I think I want them, I want a 2.5 inch pocket. That's what I'm going to do. So I need this at 8 inches. 8 inches. I'm thinking I'm going to cut it at 9 inches. And then I'm going to make the pockets the same way I made these. So 9 inches. And then I need 2 inches. These flowers are so pretty. I'm going to go above my flowers. And then I'm going to flip it around and cut it at 2 inches. how wide is this? This is 4 7/8. Let me do something else here. I'm going to be weird. I'm going to cut it in half. I don't know what half of 4 7/8 is, so that's why I folded it. Then I'm going to score it on each end at a 1/2 inch, like I did before. And I'm not going to do the bottom though. I think I did that at 1/4. It needs to be a 1/2. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So 1/2 inch. And flip it around and 1/2 inch. So each side here is scored at a 1/2 inch. Okay? Each side is scored at a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to put a thumb notch in it as well. Oh, look, see, that's so pretty. So I'm going to line them up together and put a thumb notch in them together. So, well, that was hard. This time, I'm going to put glue on the edge, and then on this edge, and then on the bottom down here on this edge. So it'll still have a pocket. It won't be as bulgy as that one. I really don't need them that bulgy. But it still has a pocket, still has a lift to it, which is what I want. And I'm going to repeat that on this one. So we have some flowers. It helps if you get a straight line, of which I did not do. And then, there we go. So, what I have here, I need one more. I think I need one more. One more. These are for stamps. So I'm going to put regular stamps, 15-cent stamps, or international stamp. I'm going to make another one of these. And I need it to be 2, I don't remember. I don't remember because I didn't measure. I'm really good at that. I'm so not good at math. I just will cut it. And this one will be plain. And a 1/2 inch on each side. I think this is 9, right? Yeah, so a 1/2 inch on each end. I should have done 3 to start with. Okay. So now I have to remeasure the center because I did not do that. And cut out the 1/2 a circle. That's in the center. It'll be close. So there's the third one. And along the middle, there's the third pocket. There we go. Looks like it all goes together. Okay. Now my outside needs to be covered. And what do I have here? Too bad I have all of that. Or all of that. But I do have more of this. So this time I'm going to go all the, this time I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to put glue on all of this. I'm going to use my glue stick. And if it pops up on an edge or anything, I will use my art glitter glue to cover, or fill it in where it might not be working. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Just use a lot of it. And I'm going to turn it this way and line it up with the edge and the bottom. There we go. I'm going to fold it over, rub it really good. I'm going to cut the excess off here. Cut the excess off. I think I want to try my bigger scissors. I didn't glue this section down for a reason, but I am going to use it. Okay, so I'm cutting the excess off on my file folder. And I'm going right along with the file folder. And trim the edge on the bottom. This is an altered file folder. Now, I want to put this over here. But before I do, I want to see what I got. If I put this here, that will make it. I also have this. That won't make it. And I have green that I could cut to make it work. So what do I like best? I think I'm going to stick with this pretty purple so that I could just use it up. I could make it green, I suppose. Let me see. I think I'm going to stick with the purple. So once again, I'm gluing down with my Scotch Create tape. I'm going to glue it all on here. Go ahead and go all the way to the end. Put a lot of glue on it. You need a lot of glue for it to stick. And this is really good glue, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna adhere well and stay adhered well. I like this glue. Line this puppy up with that and the edge. I want it lined up with the edge here and lined up with the edge there. Oops. Whoa. Must be cut crooked. So let's try that again. Don't take so long. You want your glue still to work. There we go. That worked better. Now I'll pull this one right over and line it up as best as possible and glue it down. There we go. Then I'm going to open it up and cut off the excess. And now I have a beautiful file folder. That I altered. But I'm not finished yet. There's a few other things that I would like to still do to this. One thing is, I need this purple on here, just so it blends in when I'm going to put some glue over here. I'll put it right on that end. Oops. Wasn't cut well on that end. Okay, pretty. Now, because I'm using postage stamps and labels, I think now this makes sense to me, but it might not make sense to you. My labels I'm putting here. Maybe I'll put it right in there, so I know that that's what's in that pocket. My labels, my address labels. If you don't have full sheets, you can make your pocket to fit your package or your whatever you have. I know that I have a bunch of different ones. I get them sometimes free, like this one's from AAA, but it will also fit in my pocket. And Amazon, I think Amazon makes them. I've created them. I also have a postage stamp punch, and I think it would be really cute to put, I think I want a white postage stamp. I have some paper here. And I'm going to punch out 3 different ones. I'm going to ink the edges of my postage stamps so that they stand out. Postage stamp. Postage stamp. Postage stamp. Okay. On my stamps, I'm just going to glue them down. Glue them flat. I know this is really fancy for just a postage, a mailing center, but it's paper crafts, and that's what we like to do, is play with paper crafts, right? Try to get them in the same spot. They're probably not, but as close as possible. There. Now I have, these are 15 cents. And when I buy them, I write it on there. So 15 cents. Before I put any in there, I want to make sure that I'm doing it, you know, how I want it. There's some more address labels. Or not. There we go. More address label. If I need an additional pocket, I still can make an additional pocket over here. So that's still an option. I have, I'm thinking I might, just so that I can put the post office receipts in there. And the reason I save the receipts is to make sure that people get their swaps or their mail. And then, let's see what else I got here. I have an international stamp. That could be international up there. International stamp. And what else do I have? I have regular postage. And you know, I have a lot of regular postage, so I might put the international stamps down there and put my regular stamps up here because I have a lot of them. I have these penny ones that are driving me crazy. But sometimes, you know, stamps come in bigger packages than we want. Okay, I think that's how I need it. What else do I have here that I want to put in here? I have mailing labels, you know. They wouldn't fit. They would fit back there, but I don't use them that often. But when I do need them, I'd like to have them right here. So I'd have to fold them in half to put them in there. So those are mailing labels. So what I need is something to let me know that these are mailing labels. Then you can't see that. I'll figure it out. Mailing labels. I don't know how. These are small ones. These aren't even mailing labels. I don't know. I don't need it. So I still think I want a third pocket down here for my receipts because these receipts, you know, I go through them and I don't want to dig down that far into a pocket. So what I need to do is, this is 7 3/4, so I'll cut this at 8 3/4. 8 3/4. And score it on each end like I have been doing at 1 inch. Half an inch, I mean. And half an inch. And a thumb notch in the middle that I didn't even measure. I'm just guessing. And it's going to be the same kind of pocket as those other ones were over here. Like that. And it'll still hold my postage receipts. So I think, you know, you can make ephemera folders that are similar to this. You can use papers and you can make these shorter and just put all your stamps in. Or if you want to see them, you could use vellum or clear envelopes. That would work. I like the breakup of the flowers and the print there. So these need a little label, I think, of what they are. That, my address label, it was, I think it was not not in a good spot to determine what's in that pocket. So I have another idea. I have this extra paper here, and I think if I cut it, let's see how wide this is. This is 2 inches wide. I'm going to cut it by 4 inches by 4 inch. I have 1, 2, 3. So now I have 3 pieces at 4 inches. I could make them that way. But then it would blend into that. So I could make them this way, but it would blend into that. So maybe I will make 2 this way and 1 that way. And what I'm going to do is, I think this is a banner punch. If I cut it, let's see. It's 2 inches will work. So I'm going to cut it in the back. Flip it around. I think I'm just going to cut one end. And I'm going to fold it like this. So cut one end and fold. Okay. That will work. Maybe I should not line it up. Fold it like that. Still kind of blends in. But I'm trying. I got an idea. It's my idea. Whether or not it's a good idea will soon be determined. Now that's too big for there, huh? But I still want it. So like that. There we go. Nothing is there. I like that. And I think I like them a little bit shorter. So that worked. I could make these paper clips so you could take them out. I mean, that's a possibility. If I put a paper clip under here, I could try, let me try that. Let's make these paper clips. Yeah, why not? I'm sure I have some paper clips right here in front of me. So let's give it a whirl. Paper clips. It's in the next bottle. Oh. Paper clips. We'll have small paper clips. And there's some pretty purple ones. There's some blue. Let's do the blue. And a blue. And blue. Okay. got some paper clips, and they would have to go way up there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a piece of tape under the short tab. Let me try that. Put it all the way up to the top, like that. Okay, so that'll work. But I want to cover this, so I'm going to cut a 2-inch piece of paper and glue it on here like that. But I'm going to cut this one. This one is at 3 1/4, so 1 3/4. I think will be half, like that. I'm going to glue this with lots of glue. Okay, I just made this up. I have never seen anybody do paper clips like this. Just me. I don't know why. I just thought that would be cool. There we have it. And I probably should put it over the top of them and maybe put it like that, and not glued that end. So then you're I don't know. I don't like it. I like it like that. It's going to have a weird tongue out there. I could probably put a dangle on it or something. I don't know. Let me think for a second. If I put this on top of there, that's not going to work. I don't know. We're just going to do it the silly way that I want it. Okay, slide that up under there. Put it up under here. And what's the point of putting the other paper on if you're going to have that hanging out anyway, right? Just to cover the bottom edge? I don't know. It's not making much sense to me. You can make your paper clips how you want them. There we go. I think I need a little bit of glue right here. Oh no, that's not a good idea. It's going to have to be glued somehow. Maybe the paper should have went this way. And glued it like that. Yeah. Glue it like that. You can always make this a dangle on there. It'd be going like that. I think what I did is I should have made this longer. Right? I should have. Or like that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. That's how you make stuff. That's how you learn. You do weird stuff. I don't know. Silly Barbara. Don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do something that I probably know how to do, that I'm not doing it right. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Who knows? So, okay, so what I did was I put tape on the underside of both of these paperclip edges and taped them to the paper. And it made a paperclip. Made a paperclip. Made a weird paperclip. This one, I don't know. I don't know what I did. So I have another piece of this paper. I'm just going to glue it on there. Like I did the other one. If you know how, just make your own. Because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm trying. Or you can leave me directions. That would be a good idea too. There we go. So now I have 3 paper clips. This one's too long. That's why I folded it in the first place, because it was too long. All right, I'm going to have to cut some off. I don't like it too long. Ay, 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 ay. There we go. Okay, now they need a label, right? On what's in them. I can write them. I like my handwriting, so I'd be better off just to write on it. I don't know what's going in here. Labels. And these are my receipts. There we go. Receipts. And I'm going to write on it R E C I E R E C E I P T S, receipts. And it's going to be cut with a postage stamp. Receipts. You know how to do that? This is a fly-by-night operation here. You put that on on a post-it note. When you do, you can put it into your punch and cut it out. So these are going to have receipts. Oh, I should have inked the edge so it goes with the other side. Receipts. Let's put it up there. Receipts. And then let's see. Postage stamp. Mail. I'm going to have to flip that over. Return label. And we'll put that one in there. Of course, I have to put it on this sticky note so I get it done right. Return labels. Just like that. And ink it. And put glue on it. And put it on here. Return labels. What I'm going to put on here, I have no idea. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tag here. Let me see. I'm going to make and ink it. I'm going to put it on there as if I had words on it. Until I decide what I'm going to put in that pocket. Okay, now since I've decided where I'm putting my postage, I did say I was going to put these labels in there, but I can put labels. If at all you change it. I'm going to put regular postage. I'm not putting how much it is because it constantly changes, obviously. And then this one, I'm going to put additional ounce. And then this one is international. There we go. And there's my mail folder. And I think would be really sweet is I have an extra this is a paper clip that I made a little bit differently. It's missing a part, but I can add to that. Anyway, that is my folder, and I hope you will give it a try or make yourself one. It's kind of fun. Have a good day now.